guys, and welcome back to another thrilling episode. And today what I'll be showing you is one of my new projects I've shown in that project video about Lego trains. And if you guys will remember, there was the first train I showed, then that's the one we'll be showing today. It's not complete yet, but it's almost finished. And the tender is not existent, unfortunately, so yeah. So we don't have a tender, we just have the locomotive itself. So let's bring them into shot. There we go. There he is in all his glory. The J-Class. This J-Class locomotive is probably has got similar colors to the R-Class locomotive, which is why my sister Rachel thought the J-Class looks like the R-Class, but in reality they're very different. If you've seen my R-Class video review, it has the E2 tank engine with it though, you definitely see they definitely have huge differences. So this locomotive, just push that back, is designed for a branch line. So it's designed to go only a certain distance, since it's not very big. This locomotive is actually pretty short compared to my R-Class, which is realistic. And unfortunately, it's just about 2 skinnies taller than all my trains, which is a little bit of a shame. We can lower it down by 1, I believe, but I'm not quite sure about a second one though. So, if you can see on the locomotive, you can see there's a lot of clips that have nothing on them. There's also a little gap there. You see that little? Do you see that little gap there? That is going to be a clip. We don't have them at the moment. So the gaps in the model you see there are clips. This will eventually be a window, transparent window in there. This didn't have that, but yeah. You can see the distance here, right there. This wheel is supposed to be a little bit more bigger, since on the real J-Class, that wheel took up a lot of room in there. And unfortunately, that wheel would have been closer to the top of the red there. But due to the fact the cowcatcher was way too low, so on uneven track, the cowcatcher would scrape the ground. So I had to make the entire train 1 skinny higher. So that's a little bit more further away from the top. And those wheels were literally almost touching the red, but just because of the cowcatcher, I had to lower that down. So it's gone a little bit away from the real life J-Class, but nonetheless, I reckon it looks pretty realistic to the real thing. Now the cab is different like all the other steam locomotives, and there's a ton of cab detail in there as well. So I bet you guys are surprised that in such a short amount of time, this J-Class is almost complete, which is actually kind of a new record, because steam engines or trains nonetheless take a long time to complete. So I worked on this guy yesterday, so it was Wednesday, and I spent a total of 6 hours constructing this. It was a long time. I had fun though. It was really fun to put together, and there was a ton of bricks I had to add onto him. And now he's almost complete, as you can see. Really the only noticeable things you can see is the connecting rods down there, they're not finished. And you can see some gaps in the model, but no clips are. So, yeah. Now there is a current issue with the J-Class that hasn't been fixed quite yet. If you have a look at this section, there's a little bar thing stretching across all the way to in that part in there, which is covered behind the wheels. And on railway mode, when this wheel, when it goes around corners, it rotates, but it hits this. So I need to make it centered and one skinny thick, so it won't hit that, because it may not seem like a problem, it doesn't affect the smoothness too much, but there's a huge problem that comes after that. If you're going fast or at any speeds at all, eventually, as that thing keeps on hitting it or knocking against those pistons, it's going to knock them out of place and they're going to fall out. And that really ruins look. Also, another noticeable difference, you can see this attaches to the boiler and then attaches to the piston. But as you can see, that is not in line with that. So unfortunately, that's not quite realistic, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Good enough for me, I reckon. Now, we're going to be adding some minifigure hands that act as the hinge doors, like on the smoke box. If you've seen that on my R-Class review, you should have seen that. That's basically what's going to go on the J-Class there. And yeah, definitely help. So, there's going to be a lot of piping here. If you've seen my model review, train review, you'll see that there's a ton of piping going all over this J-Class, which is a crazy amount. On the other side, it's not so detailed, but on this side, it's belted with detail. So this is like the cab opener, so you can let out like steam or smoke, or if the cab gets too hot, that's what they do. You can move that down and up and down, which is great. And I'm going to show you guys the interior of this locomotive. Okay, here it is. If I had my torch, I would I would light it up so you could see better in there. The sun's directly up there, it's kind of ruining the look a little bit, but as you can see, there are some cab details in there. Pretty detailed cab. Unfortunately, like I said before, that sun is ruining it a little bit. Oh well. So this is gonna say the J class on there, J something. Gotta figure out what number 707 operations J class is, because this is the one I'm gonna base it off, 707. And you can see all those details, missing bricks, missing brick down there, because there'll be a piping going all the way there as well. And let's check out the outside. This side is the less detailed side. As you can see, all it is just a bar stretching across the entire front, with one little piping going up. That's it. So this side is a lot less detailed. And it's correct to the real one, by the way, in case you're wondering. Got a nice shot of some cab detail in there. So yeah, that is the brand new J-Class locomotive that I constructed yesterday. But overall, it was about a month of construction, which is not too bad actually. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video review of the J-Class, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Bye!